Welcome to session 20 out of 1,897 of the Mound of Mol'Karrian portion of the Adventures in Jir'Haniya.
Now, if we don't go to 1,897, we're gonna get in trouble.
I know. Well, we'll see. Actually, yeah, we'll see. But our last session, so just as a general recap, our intrepid heroes have been contacted by a man named Hirgan, who represents the legendary Star Wardens and Star Readers who are dying out. Speaking of a prophecy that involves all four of them, he begins leading them to the Mound of Mol'Karrian. Now, unfortunately, someone called the Wretched Riders came and attacked them. Hirgan bravely held them off so you all could escape. As you all ventured south to the Mound of Mol'Karrian, there's been plenty of exciting adventures, including the escapades with Critterton. Having reached the Mound of Mol'Karrian, it's been quite the delve into a strange, magical dungeon where you've met a man named Decay Mol'Karrian, who initially took the form of Hirgan, who Eremos did confirm through some mages back in Havenhearth has unfortunately passed away. You found that Decay Mol'Karrian created the Mound of Mol'Karrian to contain some kind of magical power, and it seems that Hirgan wanted you all to acquire these things, even though Decay Mol'Karrian has been either through words or through violence trying to stop you all from gaining these things. So, where last we left off, there was an epic battle against some shield guardians and a strange kind of fractured piece of Decay Mol'Karrian that was an insect-like magic casting fiend that you all slaughtered. Now, I want to start where Verkus, from your point of view, Verkus, where we ended where immediately you actually impaled this insect-like mage and it fell to the ground and it began to wither and turn to dust, and that is where your character, that's the last thing you've experienced as a player. Now, we're going to start the session right there. So, as you're looking down at the body, suddenly you're alone in the room with it. All of your friends are gone.
I whip the blade out. No one stops. Fuck! This is the best. Okay.
I turned off my video because technically I'm not here.
I'm just gonna kind of look around a little bit. Is there anything else that's harrowing me? Anything else that's trying to kill me?
No, the shield guardians, when you slaughtered the maze, they all fell completely silent and have turned to statues.
Okay.
Without needing to make a perception or investigation, you do realize that the area is clear of enemies. Also, that Tavusa is totally fine, no injuries. But your friends have just vanished.
Okay. So Verkus kind of glances around and just says, "Okay, if this was a prank where one of you, Ty, did you use the tablet to go invisible?"
You hear nothing.
Okay, that's not what happened. Are
Verkus,
you all dead?
As that question lingers in the air, what is your passive perception, Verkus?
Oh, my passive perception.
Oh, yeah, I have it pulled up too. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
17.
So with a 17, you do suddenly, again, it's been still this entire time, suddenly you hear movement behind you. And if you were to turn around, you would see your three friends. They're suddenly standing behind you when beforehand they were not.
I turn around, blades drawn. Just, oh.
Yes, you see Kastan and Tide and Eremos.
When'd you get over there? Okay, not to brag, I'm the fastest of us all. How'd you all get over there? Okay, it was totally to brag, but how'd you all get over there?
Cousin, we went sledding! You should have been with us. It was so much fun.
You went.
I flew off a cliff at one point.
You went sledding.
Yes.
I was almost eaten by a fucking bug thing. And y'all went sledding?
Yeah, you're fine. You can handle it. Remember those goblins you took on?
I tripped and killed them.
So
yeah, we went sledding. I don't really know what more to tell you about that. Last we saw, you were going to attack the mage, and then
I said it was about to eat me.
Yeah, but like I said, you're fine. And then somehow we were sledding. I didn't think anything of it. It seemed real fun. To be fair, we did end up in snowy mountains, and then I suggested the sledding, and then we all went sledding.
So I just want to confirm, none of you saw the final blow.
Saw what?
The final blow on the enemy.
Oh, you killed him?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, fantastic.
The body's gone now. As you guys have been talking, the body's just vanished.
It is dead.
Okay. Good job, cousin.
He just kind of walks over.
Going. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Veracruz just walks over to one of the shield guardians and just kicks it.
Please roll me a strength save or a con save to not stub your toe.
Kicking the giant robot.
Low DC, but
17.
You're fine.
Okay.
You kick it with a resounding epic clang.
Just meh. I say that actually, just meh.
Meh. Right before we went sledding, we encountered another Mol'Karrian part, and he told us about something called the Dread Keep. Have you been to the Dread Keep? Yeah.
Verkus would have heard of the Dread Keep. Just the same legends that pretty much everyone else has heard, which are that it is completely impenetrable. No one has ever been in there. Sorry, my tea was really hot, so I burned my mouth a minute ago. So the Dread Keep, I'm just double checking. I want to make sure I'm consistent with my lore. It's said to be impenetrable. There are some who speculate that it was built through unknown means during the War of the Beholden over 1,300 years ago. Some of you have heard legends that say that within, in magical stasis, are 6 individuals of each species who were volunteered to be held in a magical stasis in case all other sentient species were destroyed by the Beholders to come back and repopulate Jir'Haniya. But that's kind of just a weird myth that you might have heard. Many people just say it's completely. Sorry, I was checking the chat. Yeah, you guys would have just heard that it's this weird, impenetrable fortress far up in the northwest of Jir'Haniya. No one's ever been able to get inside. Anyone who claims they have has been easily proven to be a loon. So,
easily proven to be a loon. The individuals that were easily proven to be a loon beforehand, were they ever considered sane?
Some of them were, yeah.
So going in, they were fine.
Going near it and spending lots of time trying to get in has possibly led to some people going crazy, or you've also had it where some people who are just known to be kind of unhinged. Hey, there's Tide reappears. No. Some people who are just kind of known to be unhinged have claimed they've been inside, but it's been very obvious that they've never been to that part of Jir'Haniya ever, or stuff like that, so.
Interesting.
Yes. Just as a reminder, too, last session we did cover, there's not really any loot per se from that big battle. I did give everyone experience points. But there was, kind of near that mage that you guys fought and killed, there was a pathway leading beyond the big chamber that had all the teleportation portals. So that has not been explored yet. But otherwise, there's not really any other loot to look around for. So Oh god, that's still really hot.
Verkus will sulk towards towards that area, just slowly, still keeping an eye out, but obviously annoyed that no one saw his amazing attack.
Is Verkus wounded visibly?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I mentioned this in the sledding session, but Verkus, if you need, take a long rest. So with the combat being suddenly over and things being a little crazy in the Mound of Mol'Karrian, everyone does have the effects of a long rest, even though there hasn't been any time slippage,
I think you messaged me about that.
Good. Okay.
Yes, because I'm under a long rest now.
Perfect.
Sweet.
What do you all want to do?
I feel like we lost.
Tide's coming on in a moment. He's just getting it
Tide
set up.
just got home from picking up the dog, so
got it.
he's getting set up in his office.
Yeah, so we're heading deeper in to the unexplored.
I'll go. Again, I'm sulking, but going deeper in. Kicking like the same pebble that I kicked off of the shield guardian. I'm just kicking it now.
In your head, you hear Gaston's voice. I'm so sorry, cousin. Just repeatedly.
No. I can't escape.
Are you okay, cousin?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you.
He continues for it. Again, keeping an eye out. Do you mind if I make sure, like, as we move forward, that I'm keeping an eye out for any possible traps or mechanisms or things that want to otherwise rip our throats out?
Yes. I assume you guys are kind of going forward cautiously. So that is for sure there. Oh my goodness, sorry, my notepad's falling apart. I don't know why. Watch the pages have fallen out. I just had an idea for a quick thing, so I wanted to write it down really quick.
Oh, yeah.
So
am I
yes,
doing
Gaston. Actually, with passive perception, you can guarantee that it's safe. Yes.
Oh, rock on.
Yes, Gaston. Yes. What is your question?
You said we had taken a long rest?
Correct. Yeah, everyone should be under the effects of a long rest. Just as you leave this area where you killed the mage, everyone just gets that effect without time passing. Just because Mound of Mol'Karrian logic, So
beautiful. I just wanted to be sure.
yes.
Cool.
So. Sorry, I had a cool idea for a puzzle, and now I'm kind of losing the intricacies of it. Don't worry about it. So, you guys proceed ahead into this hallway. It's another stone hallway, kind of like you've been encountering throughout the Mound of Mol'Karrian. As it goes on for a bit, though, you notice that up ahead, it does open up into some kind of larger chamber. And there are it's dim lighting because there's little, it almost looks like embers, but you don't feel heat or smell of fire or anything. But there's little, red and yellow and orange, tiny little specks of light just kind of floating around to illuminate just a large opening that looks like it's you can't see the bottom or the top or the sides. The hallway just kind of ends and it turns into a very thin little bridge running the course of out to a far wall that does continue a hallway. So you can see kind of a stone wall above it, but there's just a thin little bridge. And I do need everyone to roll perception or investigation when looking at this bridge, because it has many tiles, and you all just get a sense that those are somehow important.
I'm going to use my owl sight for this one.
Cool.
I rolled a 24 perception.
16.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 17.
A 17. Okay. So, with all of those rules combined, you guys are able to look at this and figure out that the tiles are going across the bridge. And I was starting to draw it out, but I think it will be easier for me to just explain this puzzle. So you notice that as the tiles go across the bridge, there's a pattern to it. You realize very quickly, and as most things in the Mound of Mol'Karrian have been very pattern-esque and designed to deter you, your attention is drawn to it and think that this might be some sort of puzzle. Basically, as this narrow bridge goes forward, there will be 2 bricks or tiles or whatever you want to call them. We'll call them tiles. 2 square tiles side by side, and then next there will be 3 kind of rectangular tiles instead of 2, and then it goes back to 2. So it goes 2, 3, 2, 3, and it goes like that.
Is it square, rectangle, square, rectangle?
Yep. So like this is kind of my little, as I started sketching it out, it looks kind of like this. Very quick sketch. Yes.
Okay. Is there any discernible markings on these tiles?
Yeah, so actually on the parts where it's 2 squares next to each other, the left square is always a little bit darker than the right square. And on the parts where there's 3 rectangles, the center rectangle is darker. So I'm going to quickly shade that so it's clear.
Okay.
And this is probably mirrored as I put it on here, but
okay.
Yep, and that just continues for the duration of this bridge, which is 100 feet long.
100 feet long.
I walk up to it and put my foot on the darker of the first 2 tiles. Does anything happen?
Nope. It does. Well, actually, something does happen. Sorry. It compresses slightly as you step on it, which makes it seem like it's some sort of trigger, but nothing happens besides that.
I put my full weight on it.
Nothing happens.
Maybe we're only meant to walk on. You stepped on a dark piece or a light piece?
Yeah, darker piece. Well, I'm
Maybe
heavy, so that's why I chose darker.
Can I use my mage hand to like push on a light piece?
You can. That would exert enough force to be reminiscent of someone stepping on it. When you press that light one, I do need everyone to roll a con save, please.
Dark is best. Got it.
18.
Okay. 11 for Eremos. Good.
18 as well.
Nice.
You said a con save?
Yes, please.
Nat 20.
Nice. So you all feel like a weird little like a tug at the back of your brain almost, as if there was a very weird inverse concussive force, but you all kind of resist it and nothing happens, but you get the vibe that if that were to keep happening to you, there could potentially be a little bit of injury or harm.
How big are the tiles?
So this bridge is 100 feet long and I'm going to say 5 feet wide. So the squares are 2.5 by 2.5 feet. So this is pretty much you have to go single file, but so the squares are 2.5 by 2.5, and then
so it's harder with those thinner ones.
It's hopscotch.
I've been thinking that this whole time.
100-foot long death drop hopscotch.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
I'll step straight onto the next thin dark tile and just start walking if I can see dark.
As you touch the thin dark tile, I need everyone to roll a con save again, please.
18.
Okay.
30, 20.
Nice. Okay.
22.
22. Nice. And Eremos is a 17. So guys, Eremos, as your foot touches the rectangle, the thin dark rectangle, everyone feels that same concussive tug really quick, and no one gets hurt by it, but that how you feel it for sure.
Maybe we should try dark square, light rectangle.
Yeah.
But there's 2 light rectangles.
So one for each foot.
50-50.
No, there's one for each foot.
That's true.
Hopscotch.
Literally, it's hopscotch.
God.
So I put both my feet on the light rectangle on the second row.
They both compress slightly, just like the dark square did, but the 2 light rectangles, they compress slightly. I mean, about a centimeter. Nothing happens, though.
I continue the pattern. Dark, square, double light rectangle. As
Great.
far as I can go.
Okay. Does anyone else follow as you're going?
Yeah, I'm like right behind him.
Okay. So we got
Hands on his
Eremos,
shoulders,
Kastan.
like on his armor.
Conga line.
Who goes next, Verkus or Tide?
I was going. I'll follow behind. Behind, and then I'll also keep I'll since Eremos is leading, I'll keep I'll keep an action held to pull him if
Oh,
need be,
smart. I like it.
to pull him back.
I've got my hands on him just in case I need to cast guidance.
Perfect. Cool. Well, as you guys start covering the bridge, you know, it doesn't take very long. It's only 100 feet long. When you're about oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll have Zephyr Strike cast on myself just to be on the safe side.
Perfect. Okay. Well, as you guys are going, suddenly, Eremos, you step on two of the rectangles as you've been doing, the lighter rectangles. And instead of feeling a compression, you all suddenly feel that same tug. I need con saves again. This time at disadvantage for everyone, please.
Yeah.
How far along are we at this point?
Eremos just crossed what looks to be the halfway mark.
Maybe we need to invert it halfway through.
Maybe.
I got an 11.
Okay.
7.
14.
7.
Got a 9 that time.
Okay, so I need Eremos and Tide to please roll me 2 d10s, so essentially a d100.
Oh god.
Do you want the percentage or do you want the total?
The total, please. So 94 for Eremos, perfect.
Oh, you want the actual number?
Yes.
I got 93.
93? Okay.
Wild.
They just
100 different numbers to pick. You guys got the two directly next to each other.
So
Could you imagine? I have one on either side of me, and it just bursts like water balloons.
into the
I'm just
same water
covered in blood, and I'm just like, oh god.
So, Eremos, as you continue this pattern you've been doing just fine the entire time, you step on these two rectangles. Suddenly, you
And
all
die.
feel that concussive hit. You don't die.
Not right away.
You just
So-
hear
94 damage.
No, that's not damage. It's not damage. You guys aren't gonna like this.
no.
So I
I'm gonna wish you were
rounded.
dead.
I rounded down to the nearest tens position, so everyone loses 180 XP.
Everyone?
All four of you. Yep.
180 XP.
I mean,
Correct.
here's the thing. We went from level 1, and we're currently level 5, and that happened so fast.
That's true, but
Oh no. I just closed my character sheet.
Oh no.
Does that mean I don't lose the experience?
Sure. I'm just kidding. we can add that after the session and factor it into any other potential XP that happens. But so as you all suddenly feel that hit, it feels much more potent than it was when you were first testing out the bridge, and it feels like you all just kind of get like, not necessarily like some of your skills and sharpness have been erased, but just kind of you don't
Dazed,
feel good.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just like, ooh, that left a mark. That wasn't good.
A single
I-
tear runs down Kastan's face.
oh, several tears run down Verkus's face.
I only have
Tavusa
another
shrinks
option,
like
so
half
I
an
step on
inch.
the other option.
Give it a shot.
Switch
Yeah,
the
I
pattern.
step on the light. I step on the invert the pattern. So I step on the light square and the dark rectangle.
So next up after, because again, you stepped on two of the light rectangles. So do you want to try switching to standing on one foot on that dark
Yeah.
rectangle?
Yeah,
Okay, doing that, nothing happens. So then do you want to
Okay.
proceed stepping onto
Yeah.
the light square?
correct. Yep, inverse.
When you step on the light square, the squares have not been inverted. So I do need everyone to roll another con save. This time not a disadvantage, just a regular con save.
Oh boy.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
21.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, 20.
Oh, okay. That's, yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Oh no. Tide, I need you to roll another D100, please.
Please
Roll
roll
low.
low. I'll try.
So
You
what
hear this,
I'm
dice?
gathering from this is
Oh my
if
god.
all
86.
4 of us failed, if all 4 of us failed and rolled really high, we could have possibly gain to negative level if this happened multiple times.
Potentially, yes. The Mound of Mol'Karrian operates in strange ways.
Mound of Mol'Karrian can bite me.
Who has the
The Mound
lowest?
of Mol'Karrian might bite you, so be careful.
Who has the lowest con save? I have a
get
plus 6.
3.
I have a plus
Why?
3.
Because I'm a sorcerer.
Wild.
He's
Okay.
proficient in con saves. I have a plus 4.
Oh, that's right.
You're okay. You have a
so
plus 4. I'm also proficient. I'm
Zirkus and I are tied. Haha, get it?
Okay.
Tied.
Nice.
I'm going to look back at Verkus and be like, I don't like this. So I'm gonna like put my hand on him and I'm gonna thunderstep both of us to
Nice.
the end of the bridge. So at least we don't.
Okay.
There's 2 of us that won't lose XP.
Yeah, sounds great to me.
I'm going to investigate the tiles that I'm stepping on. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, there's only so many choices here.
How far are we from the end of the bridge?
50 feet.
50
Halfway.
feet.
Halfway, correct. Eremos, if you want to roll that investigation, and Kastan, since you're right behind him, if you want to help, you can give him advantage if you want.
Do you mind if I
I'll give
investigate
him
on the other
advantage
end?
and the guidance if I can.
Yes to guidance. What was your question, Verkus?
Do you mind if I like do a perception check or investigation check now that I'm on the other end?
Yes,
if
but since
there's-
you're not on the bridge anymore, or yeah, just do a regular roll for that.
Then I'll help him with that. I'll give him a
Sweet.
guidance.
Guidance?
Well, Eremos with an 18 plus the guidance. Let's see what
1, 2,
Verkus gets. So
For a perception, I got a 25.
okay, nice. So here's what you guys realize simultaneously. So Eremos and Kastan, you just kind of, without even before you start playing with the tiles, you kind of sit there and think it over, and you're like, okay, the first half of the bridge, it was dark square, light rectangles. And at the halfway mark, the rectangles clearly switched, but the squares stayed the same. So you guys are like, that should be fine going forward. And then
Welcome
Verkus,
to the dark side.
Verkus, on the other side of the bridge, now that you and Tide are there, you notice that the little orbs of light are slightly brighter over here, and you can see the coloration pattern a little more. And you surmise that based on the tile heights, the ones that press down and don't cause a negative effect, you can tell which ones are safe and which aren't, and it looks like the pattern won't shift at all beyond the midpoint. So you guys are able to cross the rest of the bridge without taking any more XP hits. So
yeah, I'll relay that to them and say that the rest of the way should be good if you follow this pattern.
Just dark, 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 dark.
correct. Yes. So you guys make it across.
Friends.
Yes. As a strange song plays in your head, you guys finish crossing the bridge, and it goes back to another hallway. I assume at this point you guys would be extra diligently looking for more traps and weird puzzles.
I don't think Kastan would.
Oh no.
He was just having fun playing hopscotch.
He's like, this is fine.
Like, I've never had such a weird kinetic concussive game of hopscotch before.
It's like when grandmama would get mad.
Kastan, quick question. We have
Hmm.
not had Olive return yet, have we? Or no, we did.
No, she's
Last
with
session.
me.
Good,
Yeah,
okay.
she's with me.
You still have the note that your grandma gave you, right?
I do.
So, as you guys are walking through this hallway, there is one section that you encounter where, the tunnel of just plain stone bricks suddenly changes to what looks like glass or crystal, just like a little archway that changes the, there's just a thin line of it about, half a foot long, and it runs along the walls and along the top, and it's kind of emanating like, kind of a strange purple light like you've never seen. And then the hallway continues on past that for about another 200 feet before it looks like there's a door of some kind. What do you all do? And quick thing, if this is relevant to you guys, after you completed the bridge, the tunnel opened up to where it's about 15 feet wide, so you guys can kind of walk abreast to some degree.
Yeah. I kind of look through the wall of crystal or glass. Can I see anything on the other side?
No, it just looks like there's some kind of like liquid running through it that's casting this light.
Can I investigate or like kind of look over the door?
The what?
the door that you described?
Yes. As you're walking towards the door to investigate it, Castan, Olive kind of chirps and comes out of your pocket and has the note from your grandma still in their hand.
Okay, yeah.
Olive, not now.
I'm not. Yeah, I just read through. I wasn't listening to what was happening right now because I was reading through the note again, just to be like, I don't remember anything bad terribly that would help us here. But
Well, actually, if you look at the note that Olive gives to you, in this light coming from that little crystal area, you see a little thing scribbled at the bottom that was previously invisible to you.
Rude, Grandmama. You know I don't have true sight. Okay, what is? I read it. Yeah.
Yeah, it says. Wait, let me check one thing on your character sheet. Hang on, really quick.
So you already know language you don't know?
No. It's written in Sylvan. So if anyone, so Castan, you see scribbled in Sylvan, very loopy words and hard. It'd be difficult to read for anyone who doesn't know your grandma's more eclectic handwriting. But it says
she just loves cursive.
Yeah, it's like this is like
cursive. Obviously, comes from the Feywilds. Where else?
Yes. No, this is like cursive that's trying to be artsy and isn't good at it. It's very. If you hadn't spent many years deciphering her bad handwriting, you would be like, "What is this?"
Dr. Scratch.
But it says
Grandma loves calligraphy.
Yes, in Sylvan it says, "Castan, if you're able to read this, be very careful. What lies ahead may be more dangerous than it is helpful." ...
I'm going to quickly broadcast that telepathically to my party. And just be like, careful! We need to be very careful.
This again?
Is this the first time that you've spoken to us telepathically? I don't remember that.
I have no idea, probably.
It's back!
Cousin, calm down. It's just me.
Ah!
If you look over, I'm just like waving at you. Big smile on my face. Yeah, I'll make sure to warn everybody. Just with that.
Should I try to break the glass wall, or
No.
just go through the door?
I'm gonna do a once over on the door, but as I'm going up, keeping my eye, like doing my constant perception, to ensure that nothing is amiss, that there's nothing crawling on the walls, that there's nothing that's gonna swim through the crystal thing and grab me. Just being paranoid at this point.
I cast light on the top of your head so we can see better.
Phenomenal. Because I always have a great idea.
It's like a little light bulb.
Well, Verkus, as you approach the door, it looks like it's a double door. There's a seam down the center.
Okay.
And there are 2 bronze rings on either side of the door, and they are locked shut with a padlock that has 4 tumblers on it, with every letter in the alphabet in common. And so it looks like it needs 4 letters to open, so a 4-letter code. And I mean, you can try that, but with Eremos casting light over you and with your passive investigation and passive perception, you do notice that at the bottom of the door, there is a little piece of paper wedged inside, and it's just sticking out just enough to where you could try to grab it out.
Don't fail.
I cautiously grab the paper.
Grab it.
I grab the paper and try to read the paper.
So, if you try to read the paper,
It is a con save.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Actually,
You
no.
die. Make death saving throw.
Verkus, there's
Paper bomb.
yes. Please roll 3 death saving throws. No, I'm kidding. Verkus, you pull out this little piece of paper.
It's a death note.
Actually, it's blank.
Is that
Reveal your secrets.
I'm. Can you? I look over. Who cast light on me?
I did.
I say, Amos, you.
That's nothing.
I kind of look it over through the crystal, or by the crystal light.
Bringing it over to the crystal, it does illuminate text in a very strange language you've never seen. It's got lots of very geometric symbols, circles, diamonds, hexagons, and dots and weird lines.
Is it Dwarvish?
It is not. Does
Dang,
anyone here speak
Kassan doesn't know
Celestial?
I speak Celestial.
Nice.
Tide,
I do
looking at
not.
the note, you would be able to decipher the symbols, and it reads
Of
in
course you speak
Celestial.
Celestial.
I'm reading it over Verkus's shoulder, assuming he already knows what it says, and just reading it to
It's like
myself.
that time that you randomly spoke Giant. Like, of course you speak Celestial.
Oh, and that other campaign.
I'm
Story for
going
another time.
I'm going to message Victor what it says so he can relay it to the party. Give me one moment
nice.
here. Yes.
If I realize that people don't speak Celestial, I'll be like, oh,
I'm just like,
Verkus, I'm sure has that he has that look that he understands it.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
So I'm like,
just,
oh, I'm just reading it over. Verkus will take it from here.
Victor, you have a translation there.
yes, I absolutely know what this means.
Cousin, what did you find? What does it say?
Is it a riddle?
Tide, I feel like you should relay this.
What?
Is this possibly a code?
Verkus, it's a very simple translation. I thought, why don't you just tell the party since you have the paper in hand?
Yes. He's just,
I know my cousin can do
says-
this. He knows so many things.
it says, I don't know what it fucking says, so you better say it.
Oh, you don't know what it says?
Cousin, how could you?
It's okay. You weren't there for sledding, so
Tide is quite skilled at sledding, so of
I was
course he
very
could do
good at
this.
sledding.
He basically saved my life once. So
Just like pulling people, and then
Yeah.
cast on with this fable shit.
Yep.
It says the 4 initials of names will open the path to your doom.
ooh,
4
1,
initials
2,
of names.
3.
that's
4.
us.
We're 4 people.
Yeah.
So the 4 initials names, but there are
Do we know
several.
the names of Mol'Karrian's friends?
Mm-mm.
Friends. He has friends.
Yeah, didn't he had people that
Came with friends, but they all died.
didn't we get a name? Didn't we get names of people last session?
I
me see.
didn't write
I
anything
may
down.
have, but there were less than 4 of them, so that
Okay.
would not be the clue.
This is clearly not the puzzle.
Very conveniently saves my ass from remembering that I didn't write down those names. So
Perfect.
Right.
Nice.
But it's
Yes.
so it says the
But I remember there being other people that made the mound with him. We could put our initials in. There's only going to be 16 combinations possible.
but if we get one,
I-
we don't know what's going to happen every time we get it wrong.
About to find out.
Wait,
Well, I'm
wait,
assuming
hold on,
assuming that we each put one of our initials. I think it just needs 4
on.
initials.
What was
Well,
the
but it
what
might
was
need to be done in a specific order, is what they're saying. I think.
if you
What
guys
was
would like to
the-
roll an investigation, that might help with order. Yes, Vicus.
can I ask what was the? Can I hear the riddle one more time?
Yeah, I'll send it to you all.
'Cause I think I know what it.
I rolled an investigation with my guidance, and I got a dirty 20.
Nice. I got a 16.
Nice.
Wait,
I
are we
wonder
doing
if I-
investigation or perception?
I thought it was investigation, but if it's perception, it would be much higher.
Right.
Natural 20 for a 19.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Give me 1 second, guys. Un momento.
Oh man, I love that you have that.
I am not intelligent
Yeah, we
at all.
Sorry, I'm back up.
4 initials of
So with
names.
those scores, you guys did great. You guys actually see written very faintly, and again, it has to be in that crystal light to illuminate it. Very faintly, it looks like there are 4 little like doodles. They're very, very small. But looking really closely, they almost look like they're very quick, minimalist drawings of each of your faces.
Oh my god, put it in order of our faces.
Yes, and it looks like there is Eremos, Tide, Kastan, and then Verkus.
ATCB.
Hmm.
Okay.
We try that.
Yeah, let's do it. ATCV.
My name is actually Depthin, so I would put D there.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
why? What?
Yeah, he goes by his
This
middle or
whole
last name.
time?
My
Yeah,
name is
I-
Depthin, and Water Genasi tend to go by nicknames.
Oh. So
Okay.
You start putting T, I'm like, who's T? Oh, no, you need to put a D that with it.
as I do that, so
Is
you
your
all
name
good if I-
actually Fat Patricia?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll put in the code, but before I unlatch it, I just say the hint said it would lead to the path of doom. So be ready.
This whole thing has been an adventure in heading towards our doom. I don't really
This is
see
the
a way back.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first ones that actually literally spells it out.
I don't know,
Yes, it says
Mol'Karrian
doom
was
right there.
this does give it to us in writing, but Mol'Karrian was very persistent on this not being great for us.
And the vestige of Mol'Karrian that we met before we went sledding also said to leave, but then we sledded away.
And we persuaded him that it might be all right if we're the new guardians.
The new
That's
Guardians.
true. I did forget about that. Well, saying that we would protect whatever we find within here, and then
Okay.
it's not likely to stay safe if it stays here, so we would find it, take it with us, and keep it safe.
Like,
That's the
that's
thing,
what-
like the fact that we could get in here means other people can, which means the riders probably could.
Oh,
So it becomes this matter of like,
Yeah.
it's
We do have
dangerous,
to keep
but
an eye out of the wretched riders.
Mhm.
as we talk about this, like Verkus is just nodding and accidentally unlatches it.
So the lock comes out and the door can now be opened.
I open the door and walk through.
Okay. You walk into
I'm ready to pull him back if he has to.
Really quick question. I'm so sorry. Does anyone
okay.
have thieves' tools?
I want to say yes, but I don't
No.
know why.
I have painter supplies.
I have Smith's tools.
Okay.
No, I do
Do you-
not. I
do
have
you-
so many other tools.
Do you need a specific tool? Because I could create a single tool.
I just need thieves' tools at some point.
Mm.
Just because.
No, I don't have them.
With being a ladrin, whenever I take a rest, I'm able to change my proficiencies.
Dope.
And
Wow.
so since I took,
What?
yeah, you can change your proficiencies every time you take a long rest.
In tools or just overall? Like, how did I not know this?
Any like tools, you can change your proficiencies in tools.
They bullshit.
I truly don't think that Kastan would know that.
he has that ability, but no idea.
I'm
he's
sure
just
he
like-
could.
He realized he's like, okay, you know what? I really don't need to know how to make a map right now.
It's never come up.
It hasn't come up yet. But I did need to forge something, so the forging was good.
That sounds like Verkus.
Yeah. So now it's like, hey, thieves' tools.
I've got calligraphers and navigators tools. That's what I got.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
just curious.
cartographer and navigator.
No worries. Just curious and seeing if that's something I need to buy. Whenever,
Whenever,
find a city.
if we ever get out of here.
if we
There's
ever get
there's
out
a city in the mound.
Eventually, we
I
find a stop.
mean,
Just
Prepare
one
to
lone
download the
person.
entire new global map I've made of the inside of the Mound of Mol'Karrian. It is 3
sorry.
gigs large. So
We're gonna come out like hundreds of years later, same age, our horses still perfectly fine. It's been like 5 minutes for them.
The Mound of Mol'Karrian is the black hole from Interstellar, and so no, I'm just kidding.
oh my god, there's a trip.
You're right. I love that movie. Not gonna go down that. I'll talk about that for a long time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so actually, though, walking now that you open the door, that Eremos opens it, I do need everyone to make wisdom saves for what you see inside.
Stop doing shit.
My eyes.
It is Matthew McConaughey watching a video of his kids weeping. No, I'm just kidding.
Dirty 20.
Okay, nice. Dirty 20, perfect.
Nat 1.
17.
And a 9 for Verkus.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is,
So with my nat 1, it does become a 9 overall.
good.
Whoa!
So this does not result in damage for anyone, but it is going to affect how your characters
Madness.
perceive what you see. So, Verkus and Verkus and Kastan, you both open this door and suddenly feel just a multitude of very unpleasant sensations. Vertigo, detachment, you feel like you're drowning, you feel like you're underwater.
I don't know if I want to.
Possibly a charmed effect.
It is not.
I don't know if I want to deal with Kastan and his emotions, so I'm gonna silvery barbs.
Okay.
You know I was about to freak out drowning.
I see the panic. I was like, like, and I'll give myself advantage on something coming up.
Wait, silvery
you
barbs just makes me
Lets you
take
reroll.
disadvantage with the reroll, doesn't it? Or I have to use the new roll?
You have to use the new roll. You got a nat 1 anyway, so just don't roll another nat 1.
I rolled a 2 for a total of 10.
Oh.
So even with that, I'm going to tell you really quickly what Tide and Eremos see. So this is still very mind-boggling to the two of you, but you're able to kind of keep in your mind like, the mountain's been weird. We've gotten this far. It's going to be okay. Whereas Kastan and Verkus are like, what the heck is this? So,
of course, it's the two Fae that are the ones who get.
Eladrin have no idea how to deal with bullshit. Canon for this.
So Eremos and Tide, you see that, again, this is very trippy, but you're able to hold it together. As you open this door and step into the room, you're in the middle of the ocean. And there's storm clouds all around, so you see no land or anything else. It's just ocean.
This is fine.
And you're not walking on the water, but you're walking on something that feels soft and like mushy, but you're only about half a foot deep in the water. So you don't feel like you're drowning or anything, but it's very humid and foggy around here, so Kastan and Verkus are just completely unmoored. And standing about 20 feet from you is a big glowing like sphere that's kind of shimmering and like translucent, and in front of it is the ghostly visage of Decay Mol'Karrian, still in old man Jir'Haniya form. That is what you all see.
All right.
What about myself and Kastan?
You guys just feel like you stepped into the ocean, and you feel like you're barely able to, like, you feel like the water's rising up on you, and you're just panicking.
Huh.
It's so disconcerting to suddenly be underground and then suddenly be in this weird waterway with no land around that you don't even notice until you guys kind of calm down. You don't notice the sphere or Mol'Karrian.
You see Kastan just kind of like falls to the floor and starts trying to like swim to the surface. And like trying to like not breathe so he doesn't drown.
Yeah.
Lots of panicking, but it's relatively quiet for what you would expect from Kastan because he thinks he's underwater.
Verkus is screaming bloody murder, but doing the same thing as Kastan. Just
You hear in your head, Verkus.
Am I about to silence my party? Like,
just on the floor, like
I grab Verkus by the back of the armor and I pick him up.
Verkus, being out of the water where there's none on you with Eremos holding you, you are able to start slowly calming down and taking in your surroundings a little more logically.
I'll use my telekinesis to lift Kastan up 5 feet in the air, so he's not in the water anymore.
Same thing.
I look around at it all.
I'm doing the same thing that Armos is doing, but it looks like my mage hand is just lifting Kastan.
And you guys just see the old man Jir'Haniya Mol'Karrian just watching.
He almost drowned me.
Are you not entertained?
That's what Verkus is doing to Mol'Karrian.
Kastan's just hanging from the mage hand, like
just dangling. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So at this moment,
do you want to use your
Verkus-
Zephyr Strike?
No, that's already been gone because it's been over a minute.
Oh yeah.
Veracruz at that point was just about to unclasp his cast-off armor, thinking it would like weigh him down. And as he's picked up, just lets it go and just.
Does the
So now
armor just
he's
fall into the
naked.
water?
Yep, just falls and.
In your pantaloons, your underwear.
Yep.
Do we
Well-
see the scar that you had mentioned from the attack with the orcs or whatever it was?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do
There's-
we?
There's a noticeable
Crater in your
scar
thigh?
in the right thigh. Looks like damage from a nasty arrow.
I'll remember to paint this.
Immediately, like Veracruz gets up and like takes the cast-off armor back on, quickly dons it.
It's all right
Still like hanging from the mage hand. I'm like, Ty, you should fill that crater with a moon.
here. Make an appropriate sized little moon this time and put it there.
Since Veracruz is standing on his own 2 feet on this soft surface, I get down on a knee and like touch it and try to ascertain what we're standing on.
It's not like anything you've ever felt before. It's weird because like when you press your hand on it, it feels solid, like kind of like wet dirt. But like you can press your hand further in, and it just feels like your hand's going deeper underwater. Like it's almost like you can tell it whether to be solid or not. Like it's a very weird, ethereal substance, you know.
Almost like oobleck.
Yeah.
That's
Not the kind of water I'm used to, but it's fine. We're in the ocean.
I looked around. Are we on like a bridge, or is all of the water surface like this?
All the water surface like this. And again, you guys can only see about 35, 40 feet in any given direction just because of these very oppressive, dark, like gray clouds around you. Oh, Eremos, you're muted. Sorry.
Does Mol'Karrian look like he's just the same old dude? He doesn't look again any different than than the other ones?
He looks distinctly like a ghost right now. He's very see-through, and just like he looks like kind of like a spirit projection there.
And he's floating in front of a giant bright sphere, like a sun.
So
A very
it's
small sun. Or...
actually it's not bright. It's more like it looks like a giant, like either a drop of like silvery water, almost like a drop of mercury floating there, or like just a piece of glass that's liquid. It's about like 20 feet in diameter, so it's kind of big and just floating there behind him. That looks like it's actually physically there in this area with you guys, but Mol'Karrian looks like a ghost very much.
I approach Mol'Karrian and the sphere.